would do a video on my, because I did a video on my experience for working for Lush, but I thought I might do a video on hints and tips of getting a job and keeping said job if you are lucky enough to have one with Lush, sorry. So yeah, so I thought I'd do a video. I don't know if it's going to be handy or if it's going to be useful, but let's see, somebody might get something out of it. So getting a job at Lush, first of all, kind of simple. Put in an application form. Majority of them, I know that, from my experience with the Lush intruder that I worked for, they don't accept CVs because they don't have they don't have anywhere to put them, and you have to keep them for so long, and then you have to shred them, and they all have to be kept securely because obviously it's sorry, one second. Made no difference. And all that, what's it called? Confidentiality and stuff like that. So so put an application form in. Join Lush on the main Lush and your local Lush, because your local Lush join it on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all that kind of thing. Because they will put they should anyway, put all their job vacancies and stuff on there, which is always good, and you're supporting your local shop, which is always a good thing. You'll also find out about new products that are coming out. You'll also find about new campaigns that they're backing, because individual shops do individual campaigns, and if it's something that you're really interested in, then I suggest you do that. And it also, you've then got a little insight into the shop that you want to work for, and the way that they work, and the people that work there as a group at the moment. So yeah, so I would suggest you join social media and their social media sites and so on and so forth. Obviously put an application form in. If there isn't a job going at the current time, think about looking, especially around the Christmas period, because then you get Christmas temps, and in January as well. Some places take on, or after January, a couple of months after January, especially some periods and stuff like that. But definitely Christmas, because they're always looking for fresh meat. So yeah, so do that. Be a face in the shop. I'm not meaning stalker, where every time you turn, there you are, sniffing something and asking loads of questions and adding you on Facebook and all that stuff. Don't do that. Don't add the staff on Facebook and want to be in their lives, and I will we get it, you love Lush, but being over the top doesn't bode well for you getting a job at Lush, I would imagine. Yeah, I certainly wouldn't have employed someone even that was like that with me, but I didn't do all the employing, so. But yeah, sorry, I go off on tangents. But yeah, so pop into the shop, talk to the staff, have conversations with them about the products, tell them which one's your favourite product, tell them that you want to work for Lush. They will then say, oh well, we might be looking at employing somebody in the next couple of months, pop back in. Lush staff tend to get to know their regulars, and they do enjoy talking to you. Getting your face in there is a really, really positive thing, because it shows that you like the company, and the products and so on and so forth. So once you've put your application form in, make sure you read the application form. Make sure that you, simple things, guys. If they ask for capitals, put it all in capitals. If they ask for black pen, put it in black pen. Try and make it an original piece of work, an application form. You have that one moment to grasp them and then think, oh, actually, we'd like to invite this person to an interview. Don't put, I like Lush because it smells pretty, or, that kind of shit. like it won't work. Like, they want people that are different and fun and, you know, approachable, basically. And you can put that into an application form if you really think about it. So yeah, make it fun, but also read the goddamn application and read it thoroughly. I can never say that word. It just makes it easier for the managers, really does, and the assistant managers and all that lot. Anyway, so once you've got the application form, hopefully you're lucky enough to get an interview. In my interview, because I have had 2 interviews by Lush, one for the job I had, and the second one for a supervisor job, which I didn't get. Joe. I'm joking. I love Joe. Yeah. So if you are lucky enough to get a job interview, you will either have an individual one or you'll have a group one. I had group ones. They are on the difficult side because you do have to work with other people who are wanting the job that you are wanting. But my advice to you, if you do have a group interview, shine. This is your interview. Don't hold back because you want to be polite and so on and so forth. Be yourself, but don't be over the top about it. Like, look at me, I'm a shining star amongst these rocks. I'm not good with analogies. You know, don't be... Well, I suppose I'll just tell you how to, like, not how to be, but, you know, like, before you go to your interview, even if it's a group interview, do some research. Look at the products. If you are a huge fan of Lush anyway, you probably know most of it anyway, but look at 3 ingredients. You don't know what's going to come up in the interview, you don't know what you're going to be asked to do, but it's all going to be related to Lush. So kind of do a bit of research and be yourself. Just act like you would normally act with a friend, or, you know, how you would hope to act on the shop floor. Don't let other people, because that will happen, don't let other people, like, try and shut you up so that they can get all their point across. Shit, it really is, but work your way around it. This is your interview as well. You deserve your voice to be heard, and they will appreciate that. If you're in an individual interview, which I did get for my supervisor role, interview, it's like a normal interview, guys. Like, you're going to be asked questions, give answers, be relatable, be fun, be happy, you know, don't be like sitting there, you know, like not wanting to talk or anything like that. Just be yourselves. I don't know if this is helping. Yeah, so once you get your once you've done the interview, you'll then get, if you're lucky enough, if you get through that ring of fire, you will then get a trial shift. Trial shifts are hard. You know, you're going onto a shop floor that you know nothing, you don't know any of the staff, you don't know the shop layout, you don't know where anything is, but make it work for you. Maybe do some recon before you go and make sure you know where everything is. Excuse me. Like, I've got a really sore throat at the moment. Why am I doing a video? Oh, that's right, because I don't have time anywhere else. Anyway, so like I said, do some recon. Like, think about where things are. Best place to gravitate to is the bath bombs. The bath bombs kind of do a lot of the work for you in the sense of demo. Fucking demo! Demo is really fun because not only is it engaging for the customer, it helps you a shed load because you have something to do while you're talking. You don't necessarily have to know anything about the damn thing itself. It's just engage with the customers. If the customers have questions about it, then ask one of the staff members and they are more than happy to help you. But like, put a bath bomb in there and don't just chuck it in and expect woo ah. Put it in and then get the jugs out and then swish the jugs with some fun, or you know, anything like Sunnyside. Sunnyside is amazing, guys. Sunnyside is amazing. Ask if you can demo first, though. Don't just go off and do it. And ask if they've got like a drawer full of demoing bath bombs. They tend to be broken up ones that we can't sell, and so on and so forth. Ask them first, and because then it shows that you want to do something. So yeah, use the jugs. Talk to the customers. Like, engage in the way of, oh wow, this is so pretty. Which one is yours favourite bath bomb? Have a few questions ready for them, for customers, in your head. Like, for instance, which is your favourite bath bomb? Have you ever tried Lush before? Do you know anything about Lush? Or if it's not about the bath stuff, then what are you looking for from your skincare? What are you looking for from your hair care? And stand there and listen to the customer. And if there isn't anything you know, get another staff member to sit on it, and then they can help you through it. But don't let them take over. They shouldn't anyway. But don't feel like, okay, now I can stand back and let them do it. You have to be there. This is your trial shift. Do everything you can. If it is really quiet, which is sometimes does happen, my biggest suggestion to you is pick up products. Ask if you can like try them out. Ask questions about the products. Don't just stand there and smile pretty. Once a customer comes in, drop what you're doing and then head towards the customer. They don't bite, I don't think. Smile. If I was on, like, one of the ways that I found really easy to break instant ice with a customer is pick something that you think is really cool what they're wearing, or their colour of the hair, or, you know, not like, oh, you've got pretty eyes, because that's a bit creepy, but like, say if they've got a really rad bag. Say if someone walked in with irregular choice shoes, I'd be like, oh my god, I love your shoes. It engages instantly with the customer, and you then have a topic to talk about, because the customer will tend to go, oh, or you could say, where did you get it from? And they'll tell you where they got it from, when majority of the time it was like 40 years ago and I can never get it again. But you get into a role of a conversation with them. They then feel a little bit more secure and like they trust you a little bit more. If you go up to a customer and say, hi, can I help you? Majority of the time you're going to get no, or are you all right there? Don't ask them that. If you ask them, are you all right? They'll go, yeah. And then keep on going. So ask them, like, do you need any help? Oh, I've noticed that you've picked up, I don't know, Full of Grace, and that kind of thing. So on your trial shift, it is nerve-wracking, and they do know that. They're not going to expect like a massive like hello from you. I was lucky enough, I was doing the fun and I had a group of girls come in and I just went for it. And just go for it, because they are watching you, and they will see something in you if you do it like that. Sorry, I think I got something in my eye. Hey, bud. So yeah, so you'll get your trial shift. You might get like a mini interview afterwards. Why do you want to work for Lush, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to feed you that. You should already know. And yeah. Sorry, I think I've got something in my eye. Anyway, I'm going to keep going. If you get a job at Lush, be it permanent or Christmas, keep trying. Don't just go, oh, I've got a job at Lush. Can you do that? Yeah. Okay, can you do it now? Yeah. is. That is what you're getting paid to do. You know, try and learn, pick up products. If it, like I said before, if it's quiet, pick up products and read everything. Try and remember 3 ingredients, like main ingredients to majority of Lush products. I used to, my go-to was cocoa butter. Huge fan of cocoa butter and shea butter because they're really, really moisturising and very, very good for the hair, face. And it is in pretty much everything that they produce. And then you, like, say with bath bombs, sea salt is really good for exfoliation, but it's also really good for softening up the skin. I remember these things, and I haven't worked for Lush for 6 months. I still remember a lot of it, and I haven't worked for Lush for 6 months. That is because they're really good at training. Amy and Ruth and Layla. And all of them, really. Love you guys. So, yeah. Lost my train of thought. So pick up products, ask questions, ask the staff, as long as it's not busy. If it's busy, or if you do have customers in there, don't drop everything and not talk to them and be like, I'm sorry guys, I have got some training to do, so like this is totally important, so I can't talk to you. No, when the shop is dead, or you're not quite sure on a product and you're talking to a customer about it, ask the other staff members. That's what they're there for. They've probably been there a lot longer than you, and they know their shit. Especially management and supervisors. They're there. They've got those roles for a reason. So my management team and my supervisor team, they are shit hot. They really are. Like, I couldn't have learned as much as I did without them. And they all know individual stuff. I say managers and supervisors. I also learned a shit ton off the other guys as well. Like, Chris is amazing at skincare and hair care. Joe, who is a supervisor, he is amazing at scents and ingredients. So is Layla. Layla knows a lot about the history of Lush as well. Maria, fantastic at henna. Her hair looks amazing, and she also is probably the biggest fan of Lush. I'm not joking. Biggest fan. Amy and Ruth did our training. Amy did a lot of it because I don't know why, but Amy did. But then Ruth did a lot too. Anyway, but I learnt a lot off both of them. I also asked them a lot of questions, and they didn't go, find out for yourself. They were really supportive, and they wanted you to know, because the last thing that you want is a customer going, do you not know? Especially when it comes to Christmas, and you're like, if you don't know, ask. Really, just ask. Just say, I'm really sorry, I don't know the answer to this question, but I know somebody who will. And then just ask another colleague, take the customer with you, or just say, give me a second, run to them and run back. If they're busy, then talk to the customer about something else and just say, have you seen this? Blah, 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 blah. And until your colleague comes to your rescue. But yeah, your management team will support you, and they will give you a lot of training, but there's only so much training one Jedi can have. This is so shit. Grasshopper, that would have been funnier. You have to do some of the work yourself. I'm sorry guys, but you do. So I'm not saying go home and religiously read every single article and book that Lush is about Lush, but I'm just saying know stuff, try, because it used to annoy me when they didn't. Don't think just because you got the job, that's it, you're on a 6-month trial period. I think it's shorter for Christmas stamps. Okay, so it's quiet, and you have nothing to do. Lies! There's always something to do with Lush. There is always something that needs cleaning, something that needs tidying, something that needs replenishing, something that needs doing, so do it. Don't just leave it for the next person to do. If smooshing needs to be done, now I don't know if everybody knows what smooshing is. It's basically whipping the product so that it's nice and fresh for the customers. Do it. If the tubs need to be the bowls, please replace the water in the bowls. Okay, so when someone's demoed, if they're busy with another customer and you're not, pick up the demo bowl, take it to the tap, to the sink, empty the demo bowl, wash the demo bowl, put water in it, and put it back. If the demo bowls are going cold, top them up with hot water. If they have gone cold, make sure they're warm, because the last thing you want to do is go to demo with a customer and the water's cold. It's slightly embarrassing. So yeah, that's one. Replenish. If you see something that needs to be done, do it. Don't just leave it to someone else to do, because if there's no product on display, especially with the bath bombs, especially at Christmas, guys, you're going to need to. If they're not on the plate, they're not going to sell and sit upstairs. What's the point? Nobody gets to embrace the beauty of bath bombs. If a member of staff asks you to do something, just do it. Like, within reason. If they've asked you to commit murder, don't. Or if they've asked you to have sex with them in the cupboard, don't. Yeah, you're not stupid. Well, I hope not. But like, if they ask you to do something, just do it, unless you're doing something already or a customer needs your help. What else? Keep asking questions and keep your thirst for knowledge, because if you want to learn in your job, then Lush is a really, really good job for that, because you're constantly learning. Some people have, I get the impression that some people only want the job because they want the discount and they want the smelly things. Really, just no. You need to have a bit more than that for wanting to work at Lush. And I guess the management team will probably see that before you even step over the door. But, doorstep, sorry. You don't need to know a whole bunch about Lush, about their ethics, about the company itself, because you will be taught that, and you will get it from like the products and where the products come from, and it is really good idea to know where the products come from. And like, say for instance, Charity Pot. I love Charity Pot. I think it's an amazing creation. So like, when anybody would pick up a charity pot, I would talk to them about it, and I would explain where everything came from and where the money came from and where the money goes to, and what their money is doing. And it wasn't about making a sale, it was about informing people. Actually, we are a very ethical company, and we are incredibly proud of that. And I am very proud about that, because, and for working, that's why I work here. So, so yeah, that's kind of like, that's a good point to know where like, the slush fund is, what the charity pot is, where our shea butter comes from, where our honey comes from, where our eggs come from, you know. Oh, that's another thing. If my advice to you is, if you're doing a demo and it's something isn't vegan, ask the person if they're vegan, because if you demo on somebody that isn't vegan, majority of the time, if you make, because I've done it a couple of times and I've gone, oh crap, you're vegan, I'm so sorry, because sometimes you do forget. A majority of the time people were really sound with it. They were like, oh, it's alright, don't worry. But you may get somebody that isn't. So double check that they are vegan, because not everything in Lush is vegan, but everything is vegetarian. I think it's 80% of their stuff. It could have increased since I left, but I think it was 80% of their stuff. Knowing about the pots, where the pots come from, knowing that we recycle them. You know, all of these things are really, really important. And it just shows that you want to be interested in in working there. Like I said, you don't need to know a whole bunch about it, but be prepared to learn. And do some homework. I'm sorry guys, but you're gonna have to do some. Other hints, like ask questions when it's an appropriate time to ask about the shop, not about like, you know, what the meaning of life is. Somebody might know. If they do, tell me. But yeah, like, why is this here? What does this do? Why have we got this in the product? Where does this product come from? Not in like that, but like, you know, it just shows that you want to be there and you are interested in the company. I don't know what else to say really. Yeah, so that always, especially if you're a Christmas temp, if you just stand there and look like a wet blanket, you're not going to get a job at the end of it. Because a lot of time when you've worked as a Christmas temp, you sometimes get kept on. And if you don't put the effort in, you won't get a job at the end of it. Simples. Lush teams tend to be a family. So be respectful, but I would imagine you would do that wherever you work. If you don't, then dick. Yeah, I don't know what else to say really. I should have written all this down. I should have written like, if you want to ask me questions about working for Lush, then just ask, you know, comment or on Facebook, or I don't have Twitter. I do have Twitter, but I never use it. I don't know how to. Instagram me and ask me a question, which is absolutely fine. I'm more than happy to answer questions. You don't have to be vegetarian or vegan to work there. You can be yourself. You can be an individual. I used to have my hair all coloured and so on and so forth, and big wacky makeup, and people didn't get. I wore black lipstick to work, and it was rad. Oh, that's not like, once you get a job, say for instance because like for me, it was, I loved skincare and I loved makeup, and if another member of staff wasn't 100% on something, they'd come to me and ask, and if I wasn't 100% on something else, I would ask another member of staff. Instead of blagging it, don't blag. Oh, that's it. Do not blag something. Do not tell a customer a bunch of lies. If you don't know something about a product, don't just lie about it. Just say, I'm really sorry, I don't know anything. I'm not quite sure about that. I will ask another member of staff. Because if you're caught out lying, the customer won't trust you, and they definitely won't want to come and shop there again. So, yeah. Don't make it out like it is a spiel and that you are a robot and you have to sell them this product. It isn't the end of the world if you don't. It helps, but you know, if a customer goes away with just a sample, that is still very good. Don't force it down their throat, really. It just, give them their space as well. If you talk to a customer and they seem like they're okay, they don't really want to engage, just leave them. Don't keep going, hello, hello, hello. I want to be your friend. I want to talk to you. I want to tell you all of this wonderful stuff. Because they'll just walk out. You're gonna get, oh, how'd you cope with this smell? Just ignore it. You'll get people trying to catch you out on products, like, so where do your eggs come from, and is this something free, and you know, basically people like to think that they're right and that they are catching you out. You're going to get people wanting to have debates with you about veganism, vegetarianism and cruelty-free-ism, which, you know, is cool, but you can't get in a huge debate about it because you don't work. You're not there to debate, you're there to work, basically. And inform people. Like, obviously, if they're doing campaigns and stuff, inform people in that way, but don't voice your opinion. No, that sounds wrong. I don't mean don't voice your opinion. I mean, like, okay, for instance, it's easier for me to show you, like, describe in, like, I had a young girl, I've had a few young people come into the shop and want to have discussions with me about the meat industry and the dairy industry and so on and so forth. Now, it's okay to have a light talk about it, but don't go into detail, because some people that shop at Lush don't necessarily want to hear it, because that's not what they want to do. We're not there to do that. We're not there to destroy anyone. We're there to inform, really. And I don't think you have to be graphic and nasty and all that kind of stuff to get that over. But that's just my personal opinion. But no opinions. I'm joking. But yeah, you will. You'll get some people saying really nasty stuff to you, especially if you don't agree with their views. Don't ignore it. It happens anywhere, really. You know, bitches be bitches. You know, bitches be loco. But yeah. What else? There was something else that I was going to say to you, but if you do find that a customer's being difficult and there's nothing you can say or do to make them happy, go and speak to your manager. That is what they're there for. That's why they get paid more than you. Amongst other things, because they do a lot more than that. I don't know what else to suggest. Take samples home. That's a good one. Try products. Get first-hand experience of products. Don't just go, yeah, it's really nice. If you've tried it and you go, yeah, my skin type, I've got really sensitive skin, and it did this and this and this. Or if it didn't work for you, don't say, oh no, it didn't work for me. Be like, well, this is something that I've tried, but my skin type prefers this product, but the advantages to the one that you're looking at, so blah 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 blah. You're not dissing the product that they're looking at, but you're also not lying and saying, yeah, it worked wonders for my skin, when it didn't. Oh, yeah. You gotta learn a lot of numbers. 26, Big Blue. 112, Dreamtime. 51, 54. I can't remember what that was. Mother of Grace. Oh, okay, yeah, PU numbers. You have to learn them because there's no barcodes on the naked products. You need to know them. But also there should be like little cards with numbers on them to tell you what numbers are for what, because you have to input them in the till. If you don't know the number but you know the name of the product, just type it into their search engine and it will come up. But oh god damn it, I was getting really good at it and I've forgotten them all. Anything that isn't like that has pots and stuff, they all have their numbers on them. Be part of the team. You know, if there's something that you would like to do, if there's a charity that you would like to help, if there's a cause that you would like to support, speak to them about it. You know, if, for instance, you know, if you really want to support Surfers Against Sewage, and you would like to do a day just campaigning about that, tell them. They might actually go, well, they should really go for it, because we do support Surfers Against Sewage. But if there's like campaigns that fit into Lush ethics and values, then majority of the time they'll let you run with it. If you are very passionate about ethics and human rights and stuff like that, they're a great company to work for in that sense. We are paid more than the minimum wage. I think it's more in London because of like living costs and so on and so forth. Which, by the way, Lush, Cornwall is really expensive to live in and super expensive to buy a house or rent. Just saying. And Devon, I think. That's just I told them in my leaving thing about that. So yeah, but it's good pay for retail. They do look after their staff, appreciate it. Don't be going and buying shit with discount and then selling it online. You will be caught, and also you are the devil. Really bad. Don't do it. It's shit. It really is. And the reason for that is because there is so much work that goes into these products, and you are so lucky to be able to have the discount, because they're doing it so that you can try the products and that you can honestly give an opinion about products to customers and so on and so forth. And they're just basically saying thank you for all your hard work by giving you the discount. Don't go ing it up by selling the shit online, because that's just like, it costs so much to make these products and so much time and so much effort for you to then disrespect the company like that. It's just not cool. So don't do it, or I will come and find you and I will throw bags of flour at your face. Well, maybe not your face, maybe at your midriff when you're wearing your favourite top. Yeah, I think just be happy. If you are intimidated by customers, then just tell the staff, and they might be able to help. Not saying that everybody, the whole Lush family in every single shop is like the perfect family that I had at Lush Trura, but the Lush team, they do tend to it does tend to, the Lush company tends to, I can't even remember the word I'm looking for, but people who are genuinely cute and awesome people tend to gravitate to Lush, and so yeah, your team should be really cool. Yeah, I think that's about it. I've done nearly 40 minutes on this subject, and majority of you have probably switched off after 10, because they do say here that you should only do videos for 20 minutes before someone cuts you off. If you've watched the whole thing, well, thank you. Yeah, so be yourself, do your research, enjoy yourself, do your job, don't hang around. Oh, that was it. What I was going to say is, when the shop's empty, always acknowledge your customer when they come in. Say, hi, how are you? It starts and instantly you get the a connection with a customer. Not connection, but you know what I mean. And if a customer is in the shop, do not have a conversation about your personal life, in the sense of, oh, Tracy, I went out last night and I got hammered. Don't do it. Oh my god, please don't do it. It drives me insane when I go into a shop and two members of staff, or maybe more, are having a personal conversation about who they got off with the night before, and oh my god, Dave, what a slag, fucking leave it for the canteen or after work, not on the shop floor. Even if your customers aren't in the shop, don't do it all that much. There's a good, my team, you could have a chat, but don't be standing there gossiping. Do something while you're talking, and don't be talking about inappropriate things. Full stop. And when you're on the till and you're serving a customer, do not have a conversation amongst yourselves while the customers are standing in front of you. It's completely unprofessional, and it is incredibly irritating for the customer, because you are not engaging whatsoever. If you are having a conversation with the other person about the shop, that's okay. But engage the other customers. Oh, have you tried this? Here's a sample. Or here, look, tester. Test as much of the products on the customers as you can, because it's like a little mini pamper for them. It's awesome. I still get them. I still go in, I'm like, I'm a customer now, I can. But yeah, so engage with the customers when they're standing in front of you. Do not just like have a full-blown gossip with your friend about the night before when you got really, really drunk and you spewed all over some random person's shoes. Not saying that you're all like that, but you know, you get what I'm saying. So yeah, on the shop floor, be professional, and that's pretty much it. I used to get people to take photos of me. Yeah, it wasn't like that. It was because of the hair, and which is cool. You do get people, and especially younger people, that they do gravitate to you. We used to have people, and oh, that's the other thing. Remember your regular customers. They are hugely important and they support you. So remember their names. Remember the last time they were in. Remember the last thing they bought. Remember the last thing they said to you. If they've got a school report, ask them how their school report was. It's not like you're feigning fake interest in them. It just shows them that you care. And if you can't do that, then I don't think Lush is really the right place for you. Like as in having an interest in your customers, or retail in fact, really. But the customer service that you get with Lush is completely different to what you would normally get customer service wise with any other shop. It is probably, in my view, one of the best customer service on shop floor, or is the best. I think we were actually last year from the Witch magazine. Yeah, it is one of the best because we want to be with you. We want to talk to you. You don't get, if you say, where's the skincare, we won't just tell you where the skincare is and walk away. We'll just go, oh, you want to look at the skincare? What is it that you're looking for? Why? What is it that you're using? What is it that you want the skincare to do for you? But they will tell you ways of talking to customers. I don't know. I think there's a lot of information here. And I am getting tired once again. So yeah, if there is any, but yeah. So like I was saying, I'm like, you know, a moth when they go to the light and it's ding 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 ding, a bit like that. But yeah, so be yourself. Don't just stand in the corner like a church mouse. Have a voice. Listen not only to your fellow staff members but also to the customers. Some customers just want to have a chat with you. Some customers will completely open up to you. I've had it, and your heart melts. I've cried on the shop floor because of customers, because of the stories that they've told me. They will completely open up to you, and it is one of the most amazing feelings, of knowing that that person feels so comfortable with you that they want to divulge all this information just to you. So, you know, if you have customers that come in and you know they don't spend money, but they just enjoy having your company, give them the time of day. If you spend 45 minutes with a customer showing the products and they only pick up one or two of them, it doesn't matter. It's about the experience and not about how much you can sell them. Selling is a huge part of retail. There's no doubt about it. There's no way of getting around it. But this isn't just a wham bam thank you ma'am type of shop. This is about the customers and their experience. I think that's pretty much the only way I can explain it, really. So yeah, keep trying to learn more, be engaging with the rest of the team, ask questions with the rest of the team. How's your day? What's going on with so and so? You know, obviously off the shop floor and upstairs. I think that's about it. That's all I'm going to talk about. But if you want to know more and you want me to answer questions that I haven't already answered, because there's probably going to be shitload and I've just babbled for the last 45 minutes, do so. That is absolutely fine. goodbye and good luck on your voyage to the world of Lush.